and 11:30 on the West Coast, or 12:30 in Utah, and 1:30 here in Dallas. And hello, Myntors. Hello, Mint. Lisa Grossman, Curtis isn't here today, and Travis isn't here today because he is off in Utah working on some very exciting things with the company. And so I'm covering, and it's been a while since we've chatted, and I was trying to think about what I was going to cover today. And I was talking to Travis, and, you know, we're at about the 90-day mark from when this Team Legacy Mint adventure started. And I want to talk about the 90-day mark for people. It may not affect you because you're watching, or you may have felt this a little bit, or you may be seeing this in your groups. But network marketing is really a business of marketing to your network and building a network of consumers for a product, good, or service. And what we've gone over and we've talked a lot about with new people is we get them started with hot market. And the reason we get them started with hot market is because network marketing is about a lot of people doing a little. It's about everybody being a consumer first and bringing a handful of consumers to the company with them. And hot market takes care of all of that. But that is a foundational piece that we get people to do quickly so we can start moving them to their warm market. And when you're working in your warm market and you're out talking to people, it's really about them. It's not about you. It gets to be about you with your hot markets. You can go and ask for help and support and follow up, and we can go over that in great detail again. But when you go out and start talking about the business, we're really in the business of offering people choice. And every time we offer people choices, less people are going to go to that next level. It's very similar to school. You know, most states say you have to go to school till you're 16, and at 16, people can drop out of high school if they want, and some people choose to do that. At 18, some people choose to go on to college, many people don't. When college is over, some people choose to go on to grad schools, most people don't. Network marketing is the same way. So you go out and you share the business you go out and you talk to your hot market. The majority of them will help you out and buy and try your product, but some choose not to. Some of them will go help find other people to try your product and expand, always asking for referrals. Some choose not to. Then you're going out and talking to your warm market. Are you happy? Do you have a plan? Would you like to see one? Focusing on them. It's about them, not you, once you move over to prospecting. And our role is we're going to offer people a choice. We're going to find out we're going to focus on them, find out where they're at, and if they're open, we're going to offer them a choice to look at something. Some people will choose to look, most usually. Some will choose not to. Of those that choose to look, about 3 out of 10, give or take, will choose to get involved in the business. 7 out of 10 will not, but we offer them the choice. You know, would you like to try the product, help you and me out? And some choose to, some choose not to. Of the 3 out of 10 that elect to join the business, at about the 90-day mark, 3 out of 10 have caught the vision, the big vision of what network marketing really is. It's about creating, think of it, it's a club. It's a club of people that are bonded together by a shared vision, and most of the people at the 90-day mark will elect to participate in the club in a less aggressive way. They've sort of lost their vim to vigor. It didn't happen fast enough, or they realized that it was really work, because there's no way that anybody could truly expect to have great success in a business in 90 days, but maybe they never saw it as a business. Maybe they realized it was work. Maybe life's gotten in the way and they think they're going to come back to it. So and 3 out of 10 will go forward. But the 7 out of 10 that fall back, our goal, first and foremost, is that everybody be a consumer first. And if we've created a great environment, if we've gone through hot market, they're out of product, they have their money back, they need that monthly auto ship, they get invested in the mint moments and in being together part of a great club that makes them feel good about themselves. People are attracted to what feels good about themselves, repelled by what doesn't. Then they stay around, and eventually their light bulb will go on. They'll continually introduce people to the product, or maybe to bring them to a meeting so they can see the business. It'll be somewhat less cohesive, somewhat less planned, but they're involved in the community and they grow it and they're continuing to use product which you get paid on. Now the 3 out of 10 that keep going, they're starting to get it. They're on the 2 to 5 year plan. They understand that network marketing affords people the opportunity without giving up what they're currently doing. So we'll call that part-time, but not part-time like not part. We're talking about a consistent strategy, a consistent methodology, a plan, but not giving up what you're currently doing for income. They will have embraced that vision. They get it, and they're moving forward. And for that to happen, people need to be picturing their success. They need to understand what it is, and they need to be picturing their success. And this is where a lot of people lose it. They get excited in the beginning, but not really knowing what they're excited about because they have all these false expectations, either given to them by somebody who didn't know any better. Not saying anybody intentionally misleads anybody, but you need to remember that 80% of new people are brought by new people. And when you consider that, people really don't understand what it is, and they're getting people in front of the information, but they really haven't fully embedded it. For those so they don't really picture their success. And what they do for goals and things is they adopt the goals of the speakers, of the people that they've heard talk about it. For example, I want freedom. A lot of people don't know what that is. They've worked for somebody their entire life, and they can't visualize what that freedom looks like. Or they'll say, I want to drive a Mercedes, but most of their friends don't drive expensive cars. They've never owned an expensive car. So they may want it, but they can't picture it, because you don't get what you want, you get what you picture. Can you picture yourself on the stage, doing speaking where there's thousands of people in the room? Because if you can't picture it, you don't start there, and you don't get there overnight, but you'll never get there. Example. I went through a lot of challenges not really being able to picture it. I could picture myself being successful in network marketing. I'd been successful in other things, but I never envisioned that I would have a global business when I started out. I was very much a domestic builder. That was something I didn't see. I hadn't been to, I hadn't done business in foreign countries. I hadn't traveled a lot to foreign countries other than on like team trips or with my parents or on a vacation for a few weeks. And that just seemed to me, I wanted it. I saw people that would talk about it, but I didn't see myself doing it. So I didn't know what to do. I couldn't move toward that picture. And finally, I started to really look at the people that were having the success, thinking, what are they? They're not better at this than me. They're not smarter than I am. They might have more time and experience invested, but what are they doing differently to be international than what I'm doing? And as I started to ask those questions, I started to get answers to those questions, and I could see myself doing it. And very shortly thereafter, I had a huge global business. Several years later, I went from being a domestic player to now I'm so global that the United States or Timbuktu doesn't really make a difference to me because I can see it. Some people will say that they want to live in $1 million house, but maybe they've never done anything but had apartments all their lives. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're coming from here, you can't picture that. So when people tell you have to have a why and you have to have reasons, you have to know what you're doing, why you're doing it, more than you need to know what you're doing. What is it in your life that you want to change? What is it that you don't like? Some of the most successful people, and I was one of these people, when I initially shot to success, it wasn't inspiration that made it happen for me. It was desperation. There were things about my life that I did not like. I didn't know what it was like to be a huge success in network marketing, but I knew that I didn't like success in the traditional world. I knew that I didn't like going to the same office every single day to work with the same handful of people. I didn't feel myself growing. I knew that I didn't like feeling like I had to work hard for 28 days in the month to pay other people before I could actually make money to pay myself. I knew I didn't like it, and I knew I didn't want that life. I knew that I was not ever home. And I don't mean like I travel now. My kids are grown, and it's by choice. I was working 18 hours a day to have enough money to have the great lifestyle I never got a chance to be a part of. I felt like I was watching pictures of the people I loved have a life that I made possible, but I couldn't really participate in. So not liking those things is what initially made me investigate network marketing. And then the second time around, I knew that I didn't want to work for somebody else ever again. I knew that I didn't want somebody else telling me when I could go to lunch, or which of my children's functions I could go to, or what I was able to do. And because of that, I was asking questions that got me answers that enabled me to picture my success. So if you are working this right now, and it's very difficult without having a co-host, I've got the Q&A up. If you've got questions, please go ahead and answer them if you're watching live, and I see that we've got a bunch of viewers that are. And if you're watching this on the replay, you can email me questions if this raises an issue you're not familiar with. But when you picture your success and you have a plan, you understand why you're doing things. You understand that it's important to embed hot market into your business, because network marketing is driven by culture. Do we have a culture that says we show up at every meeting? Now, Travis does. And either you embrace that and you say, when people say, you know, let's say your name is Mark. I'm with Mark. Mark's time you have in the business. What does Mark do? Mark is at every meeting on time. Our meetings start on time. I go and I participate in every minute or moment. I picture myself at every event that it was possible to be at. I never missed an event. So my people that were serious, and not everybody is, the people that weren't totally serious, that just wanted to hang out, make a little bit of money on the side, use the product, come to the bigger events, go on the vacations, you know, be a part of the community, I welcome them. I love them. They are necessary for the community to grow. But the people that wanted to really have success, I finally, and it took me a while, modeled what I saw successful people do so that I could be a model for those that I was leading. Because you are here to support the environment and to lead if you want success. You lead. You follow. You model a great leader. You plug into that, but you lead, and you lead by what you do. Every person, why do we start them with hot market? Because everyone can do it. They may choose not to. As I said in the beginning, every time you give people a choice, they may choose not to do that, but nobody can tell you they can't do it. And let's talk about that, because success in network marketing comes down to 3 questions that every single person asks. They sit there and they either ask them out loud or this is what they're feeling. Is it real? Well, that's simple. That's factual. Network marketing is definitively real. 10 years ago, $30 billion a year. Now, this year projected to do $180 billion. The world is getting smaller. People are going global. There are as many people today making $1 million a year as I think there were making $100,000, $200,000 a year 20 years ago when I got started, 25 years ago actually. So yes, network marketing is real. Is your company real? Yes. Look at the track record. Mint is a startup that isn't. The benefits of all the benefits of a startup, none of the risks. Backed by a company that broke historical records, a substantial company all over the world. Is that real? Yes. But it's all factual. Though you don't have to know those facts. When you go to an opportunity presentation, the first thing they talk about is the industry. The second thing is the company's history. That's to establish that it's real. The second question people have is, what's in it for me? Well, you've got great products. They hear about those. They hear some people tell some product stories. They see people draw circles and see that there's money, and they go, okay, there's something in it for me. I see that money can be made here, and I see that these products are getting people results. But the third question they ask is, can I do it? And it's not about what works, it's about what duplicates, and everything we teach and train, that we put into play is to be something people can do. Can everybody go out and get 10, 12, 15 people in their hot market to buy and try a product and give them feedback? Yes, we know this. We put it in play in companies all over the industry. We know that 80%, 70 to 80% of the people you call and ask, and 50% of the people that you text will do it. We've watched people in this very company when nobody had ever even been introduced to this. The very day we said to them, send out these texts at a dinner, we watched people move 10, 11 cases of product and get their money back in 2 hours without speaking to anybody. We know that people can do that. And when people do that, they get their product. Network marketing is about marketing to your network. You've got 10, 15 people exposed. And if you follow up, we know that 3 out of 10 people will generally do the next thing if the follow-up is proper and everything is done according to plan. So then we can take people to their warm market. They have a story, and we teach them how to go out and talk to people. And how do they do that? By asking questions, being interested in other people, and having conversations. Why? Because everybody can do that. What do we then do? I take my lessons from Jim Faubert. Eric Worre. All the people that are hugely successful all do the same thing to some form or fashion. And Jim Faubert is an icon who has had groups of 1 million people, not once, but twice, and has built $3 million incomes with 3 separate companies. His current company, he started when he was in his 60s and is going to be at $2 million this year. Nowhere else in the world could that happen but network marketing. I don't care if you were the president of IBM. You were at 65, you're starting over. Nobody is going to hire you to be the president of their global company again. And he's been able to do this. And here's what he says. If your lips are moving, it's to point, guide, or direct somebody to the information from anywhere source but you. A video, a hangout, a meeting. Meetings are fantastic. It's where it becomes real. A brochure, a product, whatever it is. To introduce a speaker that isn't you. Edifying, edifying, edifying. Good networkers are great at edification. To tell a story, yours or someone else's. Why? Because stories drive the business. Can I do this? You know, well, if she can do it, I can do it. If he can do it, I can do it. Putting people in front of enough stories till they find something that resonates and they can relate to. And then finally, to read something because they're able to do it. Tell me about the product. You want the science? Go to the website. Let me tell you what happened when I took the product. Let me tell you what happened when Susie took the product. Let me put you on the phone with Mark so he can tell you what happened when he took the product. But you are consistently driving to the next level and getting people to the next step. And when people, and you're looking for those that are looking and spending 90% of your time with that 10 to 15% that really get it. But the speed of the pack is determined by the speed of the leader. And are you consistently every day doing what you can do to grow your business? Are you constantly getting it in front of new people? Marrying the process, divorcing yourself from the result. Offering people the choice but not trying to influence that choice. Did you make a list with 300 to 500 people on it? At a minimum of 200. If you're thinking, I don't know 200 people, or most people don't know 200 people, or they can't do it, try this on and ask anybody. Let's, right now, imagine that I work at the Mercedes dealership. I call you and I tell you that you can have a brand new S-Class Mercedes, but in order to get it, you have to give me a list of 200 people that when I call them, you don't have to call them, you have to pitch them, you have to sell them. But when I call them to talk to them, these 200 referrals, and I mention you, they have to know you by name and know who I'm referring to. Could somebody put a list of 200 people together then? Because if you get me that list in 2 hours, you get the keys to this brand new paid-for Mercedes. With that kind of motivation, could somebody do it? Because that list is the abundance thinking. Your job is not to think of people. We did that in the beginning. It's to methodically work through people and ask better questions. And the more you picture it, the better your questions are. Are you consistently doing this? Are you demonstrating to the people that you talked to early on that you're persevering forward? Are you following up with them to tell them the stories of what's happening and what's going on? Are you continually, when people say no, asking them to buy and try the product? Are you following up with those that are and getting their stories and getting their results, and are you getting those out? Stories, stories, stories. Are you continuing to teach other people to do that when they come in, or is that fallen off? Have you embedded it in the culture? What is your culture? If you focus, if you picture your success and you focus on the methodology, and you marry the process, not the result, and you consistently perform every day, people are not numbers, but it is a numbers game. If you know that approximately 2 to 4 out of 10 are going to join your business when you take them through the process properly, the question is how many people you want to join, you know how many people you want to talk to. And if you know that 3 out of 10 are going to go to the next level, are you focusing on them to make sure they have everything they need to and leading them in such a way that they're emulating with it, that if they do exactly what you do, the results are what you want? And for the 7 out of 10 that don't, are you creating an environment for them that is fun to be a part of? Is it a great club? Is it conducive to personal growth? Does it make them feel good to be involved? Are you plugged into the culture? Are you helping? Are you contributing to the culture? Are you going to every single meeting? Are you showing up early? Are you talking to everybody that's there? Are you getting their stories so you can share them yours? Because the key to success always lies in your own thought process, and the way you envision it. Because to be successful, the only person that you need is yourself. You need a lot of people, but no particular individual other than yourself, and a company that isn't going to quit on you, and a methodology, which even if you didn't have that, you could develop, but a methodology that is inclusive of everyone, misleads no one, and helps people move to the next level when they want to, and encourages everybody to be a part of the club. The meetings are so compelling that we have so much fun together. It's not about when is the meeting over. It's about I love Tuesday nights or Wednesday nights or whatever it is, because we all get together, and when it's over, we have the meeting after the meeting, and we bond and we hang, and other people see this and they want to be a part of it, because that's what attracted you, whether you believe it or not. It's not you pick a good company you have, but it's the vision of the leadership. It's the camaraderie. It's the fun times we all had in Utah, sitting on a mountain, learning the business together. This is what is exciting. It's painting those pictures. We think in pictures. You don't get what you want. You get what you picture. Are you painting that picture for yourself? Have you found something that you can picture, that you can see it? You can see it so clearly that you're always moving toward it. And are you helping others to do that? Are you leading? Are you following the proven system? Are you growing and doing all you can do to better yourself by being involved, by doing as much as you can in the shortest period of time because you want to move quickly? And are you helping others to do the same thing? Accepting whatever they want, but asking them questions so that they can be sure that's what they want. Are you helping people to get specific and see what their actions or lack of actions results are? Are you helping them to understand that with consistent effort, simple things that everyone can do over time, what can happen for them? Are you helping them to draw what they want that they don't have so that they can picture it? These are the things I want everybody to think about. I'm going to go short today because it's been a lot of information. We're going to be back here next week. Promote it. Get people to get here live. I know that tons of people watch this after the fact, but Curtis and I we're going to create a lot of interaction next week. We want to hear from you, and we're going to be also doing some exciting things for those that are here and commenting that won't be available. I understand a lot of people work and they can't come at this time, but if you watch it and that's the case, let us know. We might even schedule one live for you that you can attend. But that's what I wanted to share with. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Exciting things are going on with the company. Travis will be, out to share those with you this week. We'll probably do a call sometime over the weekend that we're going to ask you to promote for, and I hope you're having a super, super day. And remember, there's no problem that 5 new distributors or 5 new people, 5 new trial customers can't fix in your business. So chase, get the pack chases the leader chases the people looking for those that are looking for you, that have a dream, that want to make it better, that want a chance to change, to make a difference in their lives and the lives of other people. And if you do that every day, great things happen. Some you see right away, and some you see the payoff for a little bit later. Have a wonderful day. Love y'all, and see you soon. Bye-bye.